What's up, y'all? It's a rainy, shitty day today. But we're gonna push through it. And we're gonna talk about Invincible. That's right. Invincible. I just finished the first half of season 2. And let me tell you, god damn, is it good. And I hate the fact that we gotta wait for the last half. Now, I'm not going crazy like some of these fans out here, but I do agree, not agree, I do understand. I understand the frustration. I understand the tension. I understand all that. I was gonna do reviews episode by episode, but you know how life is. Life kind of happens and things you plan out don't really go down. So I'm gonna try my best. Unfortunately, I didn't take notes like I wanted to earlier, but I'm gonna try my best to kind of dig deep into this first half of the season and what they're doing, what they're setting up. So obviously spoilers for these episodes, and light, not major, but light spoilers for comic shit. If there's anybody who doesn't want to, I'm not gonna go far or anything. I'm really just gonna be talking about like comic stuff that's happening around what's going on at this moment. And just because there's so little of this, let me go ahead and get like my negatives out the way, or negative. And it really has nothing to do with the quality of the show or anything that's within the show itself, but they're going really fast. Like, I wasn't expecting, like, it's not that I'm expecting a lot of this stuff to take place way later, but like pretty much the ending of episode 4, meeting Nolan again, I didn't expect this shit to happen until like the end of this season, not it be the mid-season. So they're like really trying to, they're getting us to like where shit is going to start really popping off. And here's the thing, I want to say that, and I don't want to say that, because that will be a common phrase for any type of Invincible video I do from here on out, because there's so many events that happen in this series, not that, honestly, some events that don't even relate to Viltrumites. Like, there's shit that happens in this that has nothing to do with Viltrumites that completely shape like certain characters and whatnot. So like there's just some things, man, that I can't wait. But and I just want them to take their time. Robert Kirkman's pretty much said like he wants this, you know, if the world was perfect, it would go for quote unquote 100 seasons. I don't need that bullshit. But like, you know, in a perfect world, he's shooting for about 7 to 8 seasons to cover the comic. He said he somehow wants to go past the comic. The way the comic ends, I'm good. But he says 7 to 8 seasons. And that could be, like, those 7 to 8 seasons can get dragged out even longer if they're going to keep adapting the spin-off things like they did with the Adam Eve special. You know, because her origin comic, the animation was pretty much damn near beat for beat, if I remember correctly. I absolutely love Adam Eve's, and that Adam Eve special put her in like my top 3 Invincible characters. She was already one of my favorites just because of her power set, but you know, her origin, it kind of like almost puts, like, Mark went through some shit, but Adam Eve, you know, she's she's got it down bad too when you look at her damn special. But getting to the main 4 episodes, I'll get back to Adam Eve here in a few when I talk about her again. But I guess we can kind of lean into like the break. If they're gonna take, I heard apparently there's a Fire Stick leak that we were gonna pick back up in January. That's a leak. Apparently the showrunner said it's gonna be like 2 to 3 months. That is just unbearable to think about. And I think if you are going to take 2 to 3 months to release the last 4 episodes, I really hope they have another special planned, like in between that, because from the first 4 episodes, what we're setting up, like especially with Rex, like with Rexplode, like beating on him, and you got Bulletproof coming in, like showing him up immediately, like right off gate, giving him that pizzazz that Rex thought he had. And then I don't think it's the same episode, it might be the next one, but when he pretty much has Karma come back on his ass and he catches Duplicate doing the same thing with Immortal that he was doing to her. Yeah, he's pretty much getting that Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 treatment right now. Rexplode is going through it. He's just getting beat down by everything. But hopefully we get the adventures of Adam Eve and Rexplode as a special. Because from what they're setting up with the Sequids and the shit that they're setting up with the Lizard League, any comic book fan knows, and this is the little spoilers maybe, but anybody that's read the comic knows that what they're setting up with the Lizard League and what's going to happen with this new Guardians of the Globe, shit is going to go down. Shit is going to get real. And if it's going to happen this quick, and it's going to happen in season 2, we haven't really gotten much on Rex. Like, the only thing we know really much about Rex is that maybe his childhood was kind of shitty, and that made him a kind of a shitty dude with a shitty attitude. And that's pretty much what we know of Rex. Like, if what I think is gonna happen within this season or some shit, I really need for us to like dig into his character more. And the Adventures of Adam Eve and Rexplode would be perfect for that, especially being set right in between the mid-season finale and episode 5. Fuck it, I'll go ahead and dive back into Adam Eve now, since we're still talking about that, and Rexplode can kind of tie into that too. I love what they're doing with her with this season. It's showing essentially, as much as you hate that motherfucker, her dad is right. Powers don't make you a hero. Off rip, they make you dangerous, especially when you're her age and you don't understand how to use them. And the first glimpse we get of that in this season is her making a community park for a neighborhood in Chicago. And you know, one of the people that lives in the area was bitching because, you know, like the city, they're never cleaning that place up. They just leave it looking like shit, blah, 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 blah. And so Eve is like, well, fuck it, you know me. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this whole place into something that y'all can thrive in. Not even a week goes by, and that whole community park and that building collapses into a sinkhole. The ground was unstable, so she doesn't quite understand that before she just goes in and tampers with nature, that she has to kind of do some more research and learn about that she really has to learn the ins and outs of what is around her and how to, I guess, manipulate it properly and be able to use her power properly so she doesn't mess up anything. And I wonder if we're gonna get other tie-ins of that happening from what she was doing in season 1, where she was stopping forest fires. She's helping people's food grow quicker. She's what else did she do? She did a lot of stuff that in I think a lot of people's eyes is kind of going against the cycle of what like Mother Earth is doing. Like, I just wonder if her speeding up crop growth and stopping forest fires, something that's, from my understanding, unless I'm stupid as shit, I thought that was a natural occurrence. We just so happen to be in the path line of it, so it just sucks for us. But from what I understand, forest fires is a natural thing that kind of has to happen in some, like, that's kind of nature doing its own type of cleansing. And I just wonder if her doing that and stopping that is gonna have something happen later. I don't think so. I'm thinking maybe I'll probably be reaching out a little too far, but if anything, what we got in this season is enough to push her towards what we saw at the end. And another thing too besides that is she's kind of in the same boat as Mark, where on the humanitarian side of her superheroism, she needs to learn just about shit like sinkholes, you know, like the construction worker said. How do I know that is up to code, right? Like, you put that building up, that's cool and all, but how do I know that's not going to collapse randomly at some point? How do I know that's actually up to code and stable? On that front, she has research to do. But when it comes to like the action side of like stopping criminals, I don't even want to say that she needs to get into Mark's mode, like what he needs to do. Mark needs to learn how to kill. That is straight up what he needs to, like, because he is the type of superhero he is, the type of enemies he's dealing with, Viltrumites, he has to learn to kill. But Adam Eve, when it comes to the Earth level shit, especially when she was going after Kilcannon on the bridge, she was so caught up in her own emotion and just toying with him. He has a fucking metal arm. The next time we see these two go head up, there shouldn't even be a fight scene. She should just turn that arm into anything, like a plastic bag or something. Like, there's no reason for Adam Eve to be slowed down by an enemy like him. And the damage and the people that I'm assuming are dead, those two people on the bridge probably died. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that right now. But she needs to learn to she needs to get shit done. Like, she knows she's powerful enough, and she doesn't need to be wasting time like she was with Kilcannon. Like, when she starts, it's just like when she was doing in episode 2 of season 1 with the Flaxens, just creating bubbles around their head and taking their oxygen away. That's what she needs to do with these criminals. You know, just put them to sleep. Take away their oxygen just enough for them to pass out. Like, stop fucking with Kilcannon. Like, that fight could have been over. She could have ended that fight inside the bridge. But because she was fueled by emotion, she wasn't gonna let that happen. She had to let this shit play out. And because of that, 2 people that look like her mommy and daddy are probably gonna die. God damn. They got my baby girl Debbie down bad in this season, man. I know we're on the way to redemption with her, and before we get to her talking about redemption, I know everybody hates Eve's dad, but I think now that she's gone back home, we're gonna see that transition into the phase of her dad actually being tolerable and even likable, because she's starting to come around to understand that even though he's very forceful, like, he doesn't have to be an asshole like the way he's being towards her, but she's coming around to understanding that now, why he's being that way. And I think now, I think the majority of people who are not comic book fans, not necessarily fans, but who just haven't read the comic and are just watching the show, I think they're going to be pleased with this next phase that we should be getting into, hopefully. Angstrom Levy. We haven't touched on him since episode 1 and his little post-credit scene in episode 2, but I love the voice actor. I love how they kind of pretty much put all the little parts that were sprinkled in through the comic and just put it into one episode. But like I said, it was fast. But so I just hope they work it out. I hope the shit they start like doing with Angstrom soon, I hope that is gonna slow down, because that gets into personal shit with Mark, and I don't want that to just kind of come and go. Like, I really want them to kind of focus on that and make sure that's tight. I know a lot of people were saying the Immortal and Duplicates relationship thing feels rushed. I don't even think that. I just think we need more time with it. It's kind of like with Donald. Like, y'all just need more time with Donald. Donald's one of my favorite characters out the comic, and yeah, he's a T-1000, baby. I love it. I love the fact that he's like griping with it. Like, he's having a hard time kind of coming to terms that he isn't who he was. You know, he's not that same Donald. And I'm just wondering how, because it's been so long since I've actually read the comic. Like, I know a lot of main event things, and as I've watched the show, like, certain things come back to me, but like little things I don't know. So like, I'm wondering, how is Donald gonna bring this up to Cecil? Because I don't remember if he does in the comic at all, or, you know, if he did, how he does it, or, you know, any of that. But yeah, Angstrom, I can't wait to see what they do with him. I know everybody's worried about the multiverse stuff, but look, I think of all the multiversal things that have been happening, as long as they do this right, this will be one of the best uses of the multiverse. Because one of the things that, like, Marvel, DC, and these other I can't even say really other studios, but these people that they use multiverses for is so they can just bring back characters that people miss. Somebody dies, oh, they're not dead, they'll be back. That type of shit. Mortal Kombat, you know, has been doing it for the past 2 or 3 games now. But if I remember correctly from the Invincible comic, that is not how Robert and them use the multiverse. Like, they don't use the multiverse to kill off a character and then make you feel better like 30 issues later by bringing them back from another reality. No, if I remember correctly, and I'm not just talking about the big shit that's gonna happen, but like, it's really, the multiverse in Invincible is kind of used almost as punishment. Like, people tow with it and bad shit happens, and we're gonna see that soon. You know, one thing that I saw that was weird, episode 3, this was before episode 4 released, the ratings on Amazon, like, Invincible, after dismissive this machination, after that episode, Invincible was sitting at 3.5 stars. I don't know what people disliked about that episode so much. From what I saw in some comments, apparently the pacing was just weird. I don't know, but I love that episode. I thought that episode was fucking hilarious. I can't wait to see Alan brought back. I can't wait to see Theodos brought back. I know it's weird saying that after, you know, how Alan's portion of episode 3 ended, but come on, y'all. There's a lot more than what meets the eye with those 2 characters. So yeah, I can't wait to see where they go with that. One little detail I noticed, I'm wondering if they're going to revive Thula, because in episode 4 with that attack on the Thraxan planet, she was replaced. She replaced another dude that was there originally in the comic. It was a guy there. I don't know if he was really of much importance. Thula is kind of more important when it comes to the story. I thought she was like involved later when it comes to actually like discussing Viltrum in the present day and like what's going on with it. You comic readers will know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. But yeah, man, I can't. With General Krieg, voiced by Clancy Brown, he sounds so good. One of the main things I'm excited for is to see how people who haven't read the comic react to getting attached to certain Viltrumites later down the line. Because this isn't like the last that we're just going to see of Krieg, Lucan, and some of these other Viltrums, like this. And by the way, the shit I'm talking about, you don't have to like expect any of this shit until like season 6, maybe 7, like maybe 5 towards the end. But I am 100% sure this is going to be damn near end game type shit. What I'm kind of talking about right now with like the individual Viltrumite arcs. I can't wait for people to witness that shit and see how the audience that doesn't read the comics take to it. Going back to Debbie, I realized I talked about Debbie, then I just got away from her. They got her down bad, but man, they had her so down bad she was walking around the city with bare fucking feet, y'all. But Art got her turned around though, so we all good with that. But I love the artistic storytelling they did, paralleling Nolan's journey, that 2D like side-scrolling movement journey they did, and hers in the city, and how both of them contemplated taking their own lives. And they even showed Art was right. Debbie is stronger than Nolan, because Nolan gave up. He gave himself to the black hole, but at the very last minute saw other people who didn't have a choice in getting their lives taken by that, and he saved them from it. Debbie chose to not jump off that bridge and go have that talk with Nolan at the gravestone. So she is indeed stronger, and I'm glad they touched on that. And I'm trying to think, man, is there anything else? Yeah, man, this is a mid-season finale, but how they set this shit up, I can't wait for the show to come back. I'm hoping, if I remember anything from the mid-season finales of The Walking Dead on AMC, The Walking Dead would always come back in February, so I guess that would be fine. But honestly though, I really hope we get something along the lines of the Adam Eve special. I really hope we get the adventures of Rex Blood and Adam Eve, just because I think, how many issues was that? I don't remember if it was longer than Adam Eve's own origin like story. Maybe someone in the comments will enlighten me on that, but I really can't wait for more characters to get in, because Tech Jacket has his own, right? We have Grit. We got, I forget his full alias, but the werewolf character. Bro, if we get a fucking an hour-long animated special for the werewolf character that's in the Invincible universe, I am head over heels. Or as Andressa said, I'm head over feet. I'm head over feet for this damn show and anything they could do with it at this point. And this is going to be a little, maybe this shouldn't be too spoilerish, but if we're going on at this pace, this quick pace, then the season 2 finale is going to be fucking bonkers. I'll say this. I remember in episode 1, I was watching reactions to episode 1 of season 2, and someone was like, hey yo, are we gonna see Mark like have to kill himself? Like, are we gonna see Mark have to fight that evil one from the intro of episode 1? And us comic book readers, oh, we know. I just sat there and I laughed maniacally. One? Just one? Y'all just wait. And then what happens after that? Will we be embarking on a conquest at the end of this season? And this is me, I'm talking to the comic readers at this point. Bruh, if this season ends off by embarking on a conquest, then the season 3 premiere is going to be out of this damn world. And I can't wait to get to it. Guys, it's been 25 minutes. I don't think I need to give a letter grade, a number grade, any type of grade. I think just by how I've been talking about it in this video, you guys can see I love Invincible. I love this show. And if you don't believe that, I don't know what to fucking tell you. But if you ain't watched this show yet, you need to get on it right now before the train leaves the station. You know? Please do. And everybody, do what I'm doing. Like, I don't want you guys to sit here and bitch for 2 to 3 months if that's how long we have to wait. Keep watching these episodes. That's what I'm doing. I got my mama on Invincible. My mama's about to hit the phase of ages 60s-ish. That's what she's about to enter into. She has not, I'm not shitting you. I wish I could have actually done reaction videos like with her this past couple weeks. Like, she has not enjoyed an animation like this since SpongeBob, like back when it was good, seasons 1 through 5, when they were airing on Nickelodeon. Like, that's how long it's been since she's cared about anything animation. She loves Invincible. I'm proud to be able to say that I put my mama on that. And guys, I need to do the same thing. Get the ratings up. Watch this shit. They already approved season 3, so hopefully that'll come like either late this year or early next year. One of these times. But I hope you guys have a great Friday. I got some sheets. I ain't even eat yet because I started talking about Invincible. I don't think there's anything else from these 4 episodes that I need to really tread over too much. Oh, Midnight City. I fucking loved that entire segment. And I'm gonna call it the Shadow Realm. I think the Shadowverse just sounds cheesy, but the Shadow Realm is fucking dope. I hope we see more of that. And I hope we get more of Night Boy. Like, I hope he hasn't lost his mind too much, because that ability to actually use shadows and go in that dimension and pop up in any shadow, that's dope as hell. That's actually kind of similar to a hero that I was kind of working on for my own like graphic novel, and it was kind of the same thing, but it was kind of mixed between that and Noob Saibot, where he could actually pick your shadow up and have it beat the shit out of you. But not gonna get into all of that. That's a totally different video. Yeah, just I'll end the video saying this. You know, a series is good when every little setup, every character, every story beat has you invested just as much as Mark Grayson and Debbie and Nolan. Like, I see some comments. I remember seeing comments before episode 3 came back. Where's Omni-Man? I'm waiting on Omni-Man. Really? You got all this shit happening in this show, and all you can think about is Omni-Man? I wouldn't have give a fuck if we didn't get Omni-Man until season 3, or at the end of season 2, like some of us comic fans thought. I wouldn't have minded that. Like, see, like, episode 4, niggas thought episode 4, some of us at least, some of us thought episode 4 was going to be the end of season 2, and some of us think what happens embarking on a conquest happens at the end of season 2. Did I say season 4? I was fucking up my wording there, but y'all know. Anyway, you know, a show is good when every single other thing besides the main attraction, Invincible himself, has you invested. I come back for Donald. I come back for Adam Eve. I come back for Rexplode's stupid ass. Like, I come back for all these characters. Cecil, Debbie, William. William is probably one of the best friend characters like ever put to screen. Like, if we're being real, like, we all need a best friend like William. He is that ride or die. He is that one friend that, like, you can have a group of 6 friends that come out of that you come out with in high school, and typically just because this is how life works, if William was one of them 6, he is one of those that you stick with for the rest of your life. And those other ones, they fall by the wayside. But William, that's that one that sticks with you from high school until life. Not everybody in the friend group is gonna do that. William is that guy. And yeah, it's just, I love being able to come back to this show, like especially in episode 4 when Nolan and Mark are fighting the 3 Viltrumites, and every time they cut away from that and they cut back to Earth, like I was like, oh shit, like annoyed for a split second, but it's like, oh, I just want to see what happens. But I am 100% invested in Debbie. I'm 100% invested in the team, the Guardians of the Globe. I'm invested in Donald and Cecil. I'm invested in all of these things. So when you cut away from Nolan and Mark getting their fucking shit kicked in, it's fine, because I love every aspect of this show. Whew. This is 30 minutes. I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a good Friday, have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys uploaded on here in just a little bit. Peace!